Hi, and welcome everybody on the Zoom call. We have an amazing call for you. And what we're going to talk today is what is really network marketing? You know, network marketing is an industry, has been in the making for a long time. Network marketing is 70 years old, I believe. A long time, let's put it this way. And it has changed and grown significantly from the days when it began. And we have a lot of people who have been very successful in network marketing, and we have a lot of people who involved, a lot of people that buy direct from the companies. Basically, network marketing is one of those industries that's coming into its age now. You will start hearing more about it, and you will hear more people being involved. Globally, believe it or not, we have well over 100 million people involved in network marketing. So I want to put that out because it's really important for people to know that this industry is credible. It's been, it's time tested, and a lot of people are involved, because there are out there con artists. Like in any industry, you will find con artists. You remember in investment industry some years ago, the guy Madoff, who had several billion-dollar Ponzi schemes and creamed off various different wealthy people. You know, there are con artists, and they will always be people who want to take advantage of other people and get something for nothing. And they create scams, all kinds of Ponzi schemes, you name it. A lot of them pretend to be network marketing, which has given us a little bit of a bad name as an industry. So some people, when they hear network marketing, the red flag goes on, and they do this. But the truth is, they don't really know what network marketing is. They don't really know the difference between pyramid marketing or pyramid selling and Ponzi schemes and legitimate network marketing. So first, I want to say that, network marketing is legitimate business. It always has been. It's been tested through the courts in the United States, and the Supreme Court awarded network marketing a clean bill of health. And what is the difference between network marketing and other companies that may be pretending, so they're not even companies, scammers that may be pretending to be network marketing? The difference is network marketing has products, all kinds of different products and services that are money for value for the money, so that at the end, network marketing has customers. Now, many companies even require people to have 5 to 10 customers to be allowed to actually participate in the compensation plan. Now, like any business, network marketing is a business that is constantly innovating. And innovation of network marketing originally was cutting out a lot of middlemen. In network marketing, we have a group of people that benefits from marketing. But what I want to say is this: traditional businesses, they spend millions of dollars on advertising. They pay huge sums of money to popular movie stars. And you go, you see movie stars, and used to be advertising on Marlboro cigarettes, and they smoke and pretend. They may not actually smoke themselves, but on the ad they smoke, and they make people feel like, oh, if I smoke, then I will feel as cool as they do. A lot of businesses, a lot of traditional companies have been doing that for a long time. That's why movie stars get millions and millions and millions of dollars to endorse their products. Now, imagine the innovation of network marketing was to say, let's take that money that's kind of, I would say wasted, spent on advertising, and give that money to people who advertise by the word of mouth. Because there is no better endorsement than a happy customer. A happy user of the product endorsing it, it's far more valuable than the movie star on a TV saying this or that, because people know if you use something and it really works for you and you're happy with it, it gotta be good. So I just thought I'd talk a little bit about network marketing in that perspective, because it's really an amazing industry. It's innovative. Well before there was any lockdowns, this industry has been using Zoom and virtual meetings for a long time. We've been constantly innovating. It's one of the most innovative industries. So now I want to share something about my own experience, because ultimately what matters is what I do with it and what you do with it. Network marketing is a vehicle, and it's a vehicle, like you got to drive it. If you don't drive it, it's just parked in your garage and you get garage qualified. So it is a tremendous vehicle. When I first got into network marketing and I really started to understand what it really is, I was blown away by the principles and by the simplicity. And so I got involved. Now, let me say this. I am an economist. Have an equivalent of master's degrees, New Zealand master's degrees, and from Europe. I studied economics, mathematics, statistics, a lot of different parts of it. So when I came fully qualified, if I stayed in Europe, I would have been able to teach at university level, which I was being prepared for, and I decided to not do it and leave. Now, what happens was during that time, do you think I've learned something about money? Yeah, I learned a little bit about banking, but I learned absolutely nothing about financial literacy. So when I got involved in network marketing and I had to start treating it as a business and start, having a ledger to show my expenses and earnings, and I started treating it like a real business, like an economist would. I made it real clear on the paper to see what the benefits are happening for me. And I can tell you this, from the first months onwards, when I committed to this industry, like I said, okay, this is going to be my new career. When I made that commitment, from the first months on, I was in profit. Now, you show me a business, any business, that will give you that opportunity to be in profit from month one. Most businesses, especially small businesses, mom and pop businesses, it takes 5 years to just break even. Unless they have a big financial supporter and big, deep pockets, a lot of them don't even make it. Now, the amazing thing with network marketing is you might fail and so to speak, go bankrupt in your network marketing business, but you are not going to go bankrupt. You're not going to lose, because at a minimum, you've been partaking in these amazing products and services from various different companies. So network marketing gives you default business education without you realizing it. Now, that's what happened for me. And as I started doing network marketing seriously, and I started creating serious income, I noticed one day that no matter how much money I made, it was never enough. And what I discovered was that, yes, anybody can make money, but most people don't know what to do with it. So I started learning through network marketing about financial education. And of course, the person who introduced me in network marketing, Michael and Krista, they had been much further ahead in front of me, so to speak, and I was able to walk in the footsteps. And they have been through this, what I was going through some time ago. So because of that, they were able to share with me what they've understood and what they've learned. And so together we started studying, and even we did a course on financial literacy for other people in our team. I remember doing 6 or 10 week course some years ago on financial literacy. And I can tell you this, because of network marketing, I feel totally confident that I'm capable of running any business. I could walk into any business now, any company, and I could just take it on as if I've always been there, because I understand the principles. What I like about network marketing is you learn about the principles of business, principles of money, and principles of financial literacy. Now, when you understand principles, it doesn't matter what the situations and the details and data could be this way or that way. It doesn't matter because the principles are always the same. You follow the principle and you will have certain predictable results. Now, that's what I've learned in network marketing after the whole university and being proud of being an economist. I have to say that I've learned more from my network marketing business than I did learn in 4 years in university. And I learned most of that in my first year of network marketing. So I really see network marketing as a business school. It's a business school that's practically free. If I was to get a coach and pay him to teach me business and financial literacy, and I have friends who are business coaches, you're talking thousands of dollars per month to get that kind of education, which came free with my business on top of my check. And so that's just, today I'm just going to focus on that part of the story. The reason is because I'm an economist. I like talking about the business. I like talking about money because money is a very powerful tool that unless we know how to use it properly, we just it just slips through the fingers. And because we've learned financial literacy through this business, we've been able to do a lot of things. In Lisa and I traveled the world. We did a lot of things that probably wouldn't be able to do had we not been involved in network marketing. If I had my own business, which we did have tried a few different businesses before, well, we wouldn't be able to travel. We wouldn't be able to leave the business for 3 months and go and have fun and come back and business would still be there. Most likely the business would have been run down into the ground by employees if you left it for 3 months. So, it's amazing business. From business perspective, from a perspective of an economist, I can tell you, I haven't found another business. A few years ago, I haven't found another business that could compare. A few years ago, I actually considered that maybe I should, see if I could do something else. Maybe after 20 some years of network marketing, maybe I could do something else. And I started seriously looking, what would I do? Could I apply for the job of a CEO? Yes, I could probably get it. And then I started looking at what would that give me? How much freedom would I have? I'd be on call mostly like 24 hours a day. I find that the responsibility, I couldn't just come home and relax. It would have been horrendous and absolutely no time freedom, all for a bit of money. And you know what? I'd probably make more money I made more money in network marketing than the CEO. I remember talking to my mom who was saying, well, why don't you just get a real job? So we had a look and say, what would I make as a CEO in Slovenia? And I was making, like several times over. Then Lisa and I were making several times over than the CEO of major companies over there. So, and at the same time, we had freedom. So I like to stop and invite other leadership to share. Maybe Lisa,
maybe I'll follow along after that because you touched on freedom, and I think that everybody in their heart of hearts wants to live a life of freedom. And I certainly was one of those people. I've always lived my life to the best of my ability, having as much freedom as I can, and that usually entailed living on a very small income and with all the restrictions that come along with that. So on one hand, yeah, freedom, lifestyle freedom, and then on the other hand, not the kind of freedom that I really would have liked, which is the freedom to go anywhere, do anything with anybody, anytime. And I actually started network marketing way back in my 20s with a company that just about everybody's probably had something to do with, Amway. And I was just a purveyor of their fine soap product for a while, and I didn't really get to understand how the business worked. However, it must have triggered something in me, because later on came back round to that, to network marketing as a potential income generator, and with all the great attributes that it has of put in the work, support others to get successful, and you get successful as well. I love that. I love that side of it. I love the way that our success depends on us supporting others to have whatever success they want to have in their lives as well too. And that's different for everybody. For me, the very first time it really hit home, the power of this kind of doing business, this way of doing business, was when we went to Slovenia for 4 months early on in the early days of our the company that we've been involved with for 23 years now. We went to Slovenia for 4 months and found out over there we couldn't access the internet. We had one phone card over there, and it was just impossible to use. So we pretty much went there thinking we were going to keep our business happening and supported from over there, and we literally couldn't do anything. We had one support call a week with some of our leaders, I think. And what blew me away, and this is when it really came home to me, the power of this way of doing business, is that we were away for 4 months. We literally had a holiday. We didn't do a thing towards the business, and yet every month our income grew. And that's when the power of this way of doing leverage in network marketing really hit home to me, really came home. The other thing that it's given us, as well as this amazing freedom, which I feel grateful for every day. I just have to, I wake up every day just so grateful for that in our lives and what we've been able to do as a result of this. And I think one of the biggest things for me has been the way that I can help other members of my family when needed, and I can take the time out to help them. I have the time. I've been away with my mum while she was in recovery from surgery. I just took the time that she needed to be at her house with her, supporting her for a couple of months while she recovered. To be able to do that and know that my income and our income is covered and I don't have to worry about that has just been so phenomenal. And I also get to do the things that I love for myself, not having to think at all about, hey, I might need to do this to make money. I can actually do these things because I want to do them and because I enjoy doing them so much. And there's so much more. I love network marketing. I couldn't imagine my life without it. And I just pray that more and more people get drawn to this phenomenal way of doing business that's so fair, so cooperative, and can generate such incredible results.
Okay, Manfred, do you want to go next?
Okay. Hi, everyone. Well, listening to this, the only way I've ever made money before network marketing was as a musician. So I was a music teacher and a conductor and a flautist in Austria, and I left at 26 and said, I don't want to work till I'm 60 or 65 and then retire. I want to have the life that I want to live now, and we'll see what takes care of me later on. And so I was kind of in this teenage rebellion, being free and living for 10 years without money. And by the time I was 40, I became a father. And all of a sudden, I had to completely shift my focus from just looking after me to being responsible for another life. And so I had no options really, because I've been in the bush for 10 years. I had no bank account, no income, no assets, no inheritance coming. So I was fully responsible to quickly develop an income that will support my daughter and family. So from totally loosely free to very organized and focused was quite a big step. But when you got a real living human being in front of you that needs your support, also I had no money. So I had to borrow the money to get into network marketing. So when I was introduced to network marketing, I knew that this was my kind of thing. It wasn't about sales. I'm no good at sales, but I'm very happy to share the truth, whatever I find to be true. And network marketing made total sense because the way I was introduced to it was a way of redistributing the wealth to people like us, our tribe here, you know. I saw the big picture of most of the money on the planet being in the hands of people who are destroying the planet, and the people who would do much better with that money haven't got any. And I was one of those. So I wanted to attract the money. My main goal was I wanted to bring up my little girl without ever having to say we can't afford this. And with my family being exactly on the other side of the planet in Austria, I also wanted to take her to meet her cousins. And so her and I traveled around the world several times, and money was never an issue. She's never heard me say we can't afford this. So I did that very quickly. Of course, the first couple of years, it doesn't take much to have a baby, but then they get quite expensive after a while. And everything was covered, right? But the main thing was I didn't have to leave home, you know, in the morning when she's just getting up and come home when she's just going to bed. I was actually at home all the time and be with her growing up and be free to go to her events and whatever. I owned my time and I made the money. And funny thing is, because that was my only goal, when she moved out and she's now married and has her own life, right? I actually retired for 5 years, and I was sitting here thinking, well, I've reached my goal. The income kept coming in because it's residual, and I didn't have any drive to work, so to speak. You know, like work isn't really work here. It's building relationships with people. That's why we call it the business school for people who love helping other people. The only way I can make money is by helping other people. And that's also the beautiful thing, because money can come in many ways to people, from very illegal to CEOs legally earning outrageous, you know, $4 million a month and stuff like that. But as Swanee also said, they have no time. They get the money, but they can't really enjoy it. And for me, money is an energy. And so the way that that money is created becomes part of my life on an energetic level. So if I have to sell my soul for the money, that's not a good life. And what I love about the network marketing residual income is I only make money when people by their free will buy the product every month, right? That's the key thing. You can talk somebody into buying something once, but you can't make them buy it every month for the rest of your life. Like 23 years, same company, people who joined 23 years ago still buy the product every month, right? That's true residual income. And I just enjoyed that. So, yeah, retired, I don't know if that's the right word, because I still love talking to my friends. You know, when my daughter was in college, she was like 14, 15, and I picked her up in my BMW, you know, 7 Series BMW, and her friend said on the Monday morning, they said, "What does your dad do?" And here's the 14-year-old's description of my business. She said, he talks to his mates on the phone all day, and then he travels the world visiting them. And that's really what I did. That's what she saw me do. I talked on the phone to my mates. So 5 years of not really growing the business, but having the pleasure of the residual income, that was fine. But then the current situation hit, and we all know the current situation in the world. And so now I'm looking at, as Swanee said, the time has come for network marketing. All of a sudden, so many people couldn't go to the office, couldn't go to work, but they didn't have the option to work from home. It's not like all of a sudden you can have a home-based business. Some people could do their job at home on the computer, but that's not everybody. And whether they even like doing their job at home on the computer is another issue. But now it's getting worse, because there's this divided population now, the ones who can still go and have fun and the ones who are not allowed. And so it's a totally, the key word being unprecedented, right? Situation for people. And I think to join a conscious community, a health conscious and financially abundance conscious community at this time, with all that collective knowledge and support that we can give people who lost their job or don't want to go to that job anymore, I think the opportunity to offer this to people is very unique and very dear to me. So I'm quite happy to promote network marketing again in a more active way after already having been retired. So that's me.
Great, thanks, Manfred. Steve, would you like to go next?
Yeah, thank you, Savannah, and thank you, Manfred. And probably the best way for me to give a description of network marketing is what I felt when I first seen, or when I thought I first seen what network marketing was, and when it was introduced many years ago. And coming from a sort of company sales background, I didn't realize the benefits, and there are lots and lots and lots of benefits to building a network marketing business. And you don't realize some of these benefits until you're exposed to them, is one of the key things, because it all gets a bit confusing. But one of the things I really sticks out in my mind, when I first seen the concept coming from, as I said, a company sort of thing, the difference of starkness of the support, the other word I learned was leverage. And what I mean by that is, to give you a real quick example, in my corporate days many years ago, I was quite successful in being a professional get-alongerer. I used to get along with a lot of people. I wasn't a very good salesman, but by hook or by crook, somehow or another, they sort of bought off me. So when they were ready to buy machinery or whatever, they better give Steve a call. And I was quite successful. I was so successful that I earned lots and lots of money one month in this particular company. And guess what they did? They changed all my structures so that I could never, ever earn that sort of money ever again. Ever again. I earned more money than the national sales manager, and everyone was upset because I wasn't corporate. It doesn't work like that. So when I first seen this idea, and I thought, wow, that's a completely different idea on how to build a business, on how a community of network of people can help each other. So it's a completely different concept to what we've all been thought of, what a traditional sort of business is. So that was the stark thing that really stood out to me, and it still does today. And as I said before previously, and I'll end on this, that there are lots of benefits. You can write out a whole page of benefits and bang, 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 but you might not realize them until you actually start and explore the differences and then ask questions about how certain things work. So I would really encourage anybody for the first time or only new looking at this industry, give it a chance, have a look, ask questions, and if you don't like that particular answer, keep asking questions until you feel comfortable with the answer. It's at that point, the whole world will change, because it did for me. Thank you.
Christine?
Hi, thank you. My background's industrial engineering, and for 30 years, I spent it helping mostly small businesses become more efficient. And I worked for the Small Business Development Corporation in West Australia for several years. And I have seen people start in small business, dozens and dozens of them. I've seen them in small business, struggling to keep ahead because of the things that you guys have already said. You need capital, you need a lot of money to start with, even if you're starting a hairdressing salon in your own house. You need capital and you need skills. And I would advise people not to do their business until they've done the market research or do that, or, you know, learn about accounting or learn about marketing. But the joy of this business is you don't have to know any of those things. You just join a friend or someone that introduced you and you're in business. You don't need a lot of capital. And there are companies that help you get started. So the benefits of this business is no risk. Network marketing does not have risk. Any other small business, no matter how tiny, has risk. You have to buy products, you have to set up a location, you have to get an accounting system, on and on and on. You have to do marketing. In network marketing, there are none of those costs. You can start, as you said, Manfred, borrow from a friend and get started. And the amount you borrow is tiny, just tiny compared with starting a real business. This is a real business with huge benefits. The other thing is that it is a network. So it's not just you. Now, if you start a business at your house, it's you. You have to do everything. In network marketing, all you do is network. You talk with people about something you love and you're passionate about and that's worked for you. You don't have to do accounting. You don't have to take any money. You don't have to deliver any product. You don't have to dream up advertising campaigns. None of that. You don't need a sophisticated accounting program and BAS and taxes and all that jazz. None of that. And as you say, Svana, you learn financial literacy along the way. You don't have to go pay a course, or you don't have to get some fancy accounting program. If you think about it in that terms, anyone can start. And I always remember an amazing story that Krista told about a migrant from Mexico, a young girl in her 20s, I think, and she was living in a container. She had no money at all. And she got started in network marketing, and she got out of her container, she got a house, she was able to provide for her parents, on and on and on, from nothing, from absolutely nothing. And that's what we offer in network marketing, a way to get into business with no risk, no capital, and huge support. Look at the people, the talent that's just on this call. And this is a fraction of what's available to you. The talent and expertise in all kinds of fields is available to you for free, like coming on this call. So the time freedom is precious beyond. And the other piece about the time freedom is the day-to-day time freedom. You've talked about the bigger time freedom. I'm taking 4 months off. What about every day? Every day you have the time freedom for someone who rings up and says, let's go for a walk in the park. You say, yes. There's no, oh no, sorry, I can't come. I've got to blah, blah, blah. None of that. Someone says, how about we go away for the weekend? Yes. Your child rings up and says, you know, I've fallen off my bike. Right, I'll be right there. There is none of that from day to day, minute to minute freedom in a job, and even less in a business. Because in a business, you have clients you have to deal with in whatever the business is. So you're committed to them. But in this, we are committed to our clients, our business partners, but in a completely different way, in a free way. So if someone rings up and says, one of your business partners rings up and says, can you help me with this? And you've got something else you have to do. You say, look, I really can't, but I'll put you on with Manfred or Svana or somebody. There'll be someone. It's not down to you. It's a team and it's a network. And the last thing I want to say is the piece about people helping people. When you start a business, it's you. When you start network marketing, it's you and a team that grows. So we've got this team on here and we're all different and different places. Look where we are. Just on the 4 pictures that are up there, we're all in completely different places in different countries. So that's huge. And the team is growing. And so more people come on and more people come on. And so you've got that freedom to go away for 4 months or whatever. And the team is still growing their independent businesses with other people's help, because you're not there. But it doesn't stop. It keeps growing. So there are a huge number of benefits. But for me, the no risk, no capital, no knowledge, you can start and you can be successful because we want you to be successful. We're dedicated to making you successful. Thanks.